Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. We are back today at the mob farm that we built last episode. By the way, I have to say, I am super proud of that episode. I think that was one of the better episodes of Kingdoms in a while. We got so much done, and it was just a lot of fun. I mean, we had time lapses, we had some technical stuff, we had some building. It was just a great episode. So if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. No. Anyway, I'm joking. What we're doing in today's episode is we are going to build the structure around the mob farm that's going to make it look cool and be a point of interest within our Roman kingdom, which I still haven't officially decided on a name yet. You guys have had so many good suggestions, and I just can't seem to pick one. But we are going to build a Colosseum, and the mob farm is going to be directly underneath it. We're going to have a little room that will have chests in it that this will feed into. I'm probably going to have to move the item elevator. I'm probably going to have to move it a little bit. I don't think I'll have to, move it in a direction. I'm just going to have to kind of move it down, and then I'll have, a staircase that leads into it. And the room itself will be kind of underground a little bit, and I think that'll work out pretty well. But we're going to build a Colosseum. Now, this is not going to be a Colosseum on the scale of grandeur that you would find with the Colosseum, the one in Rome. This is going to be more of a smaller scale Colosseum, more of just like an arena, rather than a giant, huge Colosseum. I've got it kind of sketched out in creative. I have a general idea of what it's going to look like, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome. I've also laid out two circles. This one, I believe, has a radius of, I want to say 19, and then this one is a little bit bigger. This is a radius, I think, of 31, or a diameter of 31, I think. I want to say it's 31 or maybe this is 21? I don't know. I don't remember. I'll check later. But before we can dive into this Colosseum project, I have to do a bit with the landscape. We need to prepare the landscape. We got to do some terraforming. We've got a random lava pit that turned into obsidian over here. We've got chunks where the hill doesn't meet where the Colosseum's gonna go. We've got all this sort of poor landscaping stuff going on, so we need to fix that before we do anything else, and I figure it'll be a good opportunity for a bit of a time lapse. right, guys, I am back. I think the landscaping turned out really well. I also went ahead and moved the item elevator and the chests, the collection point, underground because they were going to be in the way of what we're going to be building here, the Colosseum. Now, it's going to be pretty amazing. I am super excited for this. So, the first thing we're going to have to do is get the... It's going to be 2 levels. The first thing we need to do is get the first level in place. And we are going to need a whole lot of polished granite, because that is going to be primarily what this thing is made of. And we're going to want to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, just kidding. We're going to want to go up an extra 4, so it will be 5 altogether. So, let me go ahead and get this circle, this wall in place. I'm not going to worry about the inner circle just yet. We'll get to that. But let me get this part in place, and then I'll come right back to you. All right, guys, I am back. Check it out. We have the Colosseum. It's finished. No, not really. Not even close. But we got the first layer in place, structurally, I guess. What we're going to do now is we're going to go up here and knock out what's the entrances. The entrances are actually going to be kind of off to the side like this, instead of in this kind of main forward bit. And I think that'll actually be really good. So we'll do that. And then, now that I have a way to actually get in here, I think I'm just going to make myself like a little temporary thing up here. We also want to do another circle, but that one is going to be just inside of the other. So it'll be 1 block inside. And that way we've got a little bit, just a little bit of a depth change as we kind of do this whole thing. So let's just kind of build that around like so. And we're just going to basically work that all the way around this circle. There, here. That one actually goes away. Well, it doesn't really matter, because ultimately we're going to be adjusting a lot of the inner circle. We're going to be adjusting it a bit anyway once we've kind of gone through and, done our thing. But let me go ahead and finish getting this part in place, and then once again, I'll come right back to you. All right, guys, I am back. So I've got all the doorways in place, and I've got the second circle up on top started. Now, it's not finished, obviously. It's going to be taller, but we got a good start on it. We got a decent start on it. So now, what we're going to do is I would like to get the windows kind of in place here. So we're going to knock out some spaces here on the first floor for windows. And then we're going to knock out a space right here. And we're going to have to bring that guy down. Let's just grab a dirt block there. So we'll put a window here. We'll put a window right here. And we're actually not going to end up putting panes in these windows. The windows in this build are actually going to be open. And the reason for that is that if I put windows in them, they won't connect properly. So, the panes won't on these corners here. So we're just going to go without windows altogether, and I think it will actually work out pretty well. So let's go like this, and then right there, that guy comes down. So let's do this little part here together so I can kind of show you how this is going to look. Let's put a bunch of this polished granite back, and actually let's just toss the sand away too. I don't need that right now. And we're just going to do a pretty familiar design that you guys have seen throughout this village. Pretty straightforward, very simple, but it gets the job done, and that is the important thing. So it's going to look like that, and then here, it's going to kind of turn. So if we look at it from over here, you can see we've kind of got this whole thing going. And then we're also going to take some slabs. I'm going to put some nether brick slabs in right there, which I think will be really good. So let me do this side. We'll do one more little bit of it together, just so you guys, if you are trying to emulate this, you can kind of figure it out. It's pretty straightforward. The big thing, the hard part about this build is just making sure that you get the initial circles right. And that's not too hard to do. And obviously, the circles, depending on how big you wanted to make this thing, that would really change just how big you'd want your circles to be. So, in this case, I want it to fill up a certain space, and I think I derped this up, actually. Yup, I definitely did. That's all right. We are getting little lag spikes every time the dispensers in the farm fire, which is a little disconcerting. That's a little worrying, but I think it's going to be okay, because right now we are still in a snapshot version. So I'm thinking that once we get into a full release and I can get Optifine and all that kind of good stuff, I think we'll probably be okay. Okay. So that looks pretty good. That is one side of the first lower half of the Colosseum done on the exterior, except for one little thing. One other thing that I almost, well, I wouldn't say I forgot about it, but one thing I didn't do yet, and that is that we are going to take nether brick slabs and we're going to put it around this edge. And we need to make sure, as we're designing this Colosseum, that there are no spawnable spaces whatsoever, even more so than we normally would. Because the thing is, this is a mob farm. We don't want any spawnable spaces in our mob, like right next to our mob farm. That's not good, and that would obviously decrease the efficiency of the mob farm itself. So let me do this, and then we can start working on the next level of the Colosseum, which I think is going to be the one where it really kind of all comes together. So let's see. That's, you know what? That's probably good for now. We can continue in a minute. But what we're going to do next, this is the cool part. So let's grab some nether brick. Let's grab some stairs. We are going to need a little bit of the polished granite, like so. And let's just make ourselves a little builder's staircase so we can get up here, right? And then right here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And we're going to put in the arches that the Colosseum is known for. And then we're going to cap it off with a layer of granite like that. And actually, come to think of it, we're also going to cap it off with one more layer of slabs on top. And I don't happen to have any at the moment, so let's just make some real quick. There we go. And then on the corners right here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and here, basically just recessed back one block, we're going to put in another arch, okay? And what'll happen then is we'll take our slabs and go like this, and suddenly we start to have these arches. Now, right here, these little bits are a bit trickier because there's not really any good way to work arches in. So what we're going to do instead is we're not going to try. We're just going to basically put pillars in and leave it at that, essentially. Because arches, they're just not going to work with these angles. Not in Minecraft, anyway. In real life, yeah, you could pull it off, but not in this game. Not here. Which is fine. Well, we can kind of work around it. That's part of the fun of working within Minecraft, I think, is kind of finding ways to emulate real-life architectural details and styles within the confines of this block-based game. So it's all good. I don't mind a little bit of a challenge from time to time. let's do that. We'll get this up. Get that in place. And then let's just see. Once we put our slabs on top, we'll take a look at it from down below and see what you guys think. And see how it's kind of coming together? You're starting to kind of get that Colosseum vibe. Let's take a look in the day. It's pretty dark right now, so it's kind of hard to tell. But check that out. You can kind of see it starting to come together. It's starting to look nice. It's becoming a thing, my friends. It's becoming a thing. But we still have a lot left to do. And you know what? Come to think of it, I think what I did is here, I put a slab like that. Yeah, I definitely did. Just on those corners. So you can see how it's kind of starting to come together. Let me go ahead and finish getting the arches in place on the second level, and then I'll be back to you. All right, guys, I am back, and I got a bit of a progress update for you. I've got all the layers in place. Everything is looking good. All the pillars are in place. I also went ahead and put the floor in here, and basically, those of you who are observant may notice that this matches our road design, basically. And what's going to happen is these roads are actually going to break away right here and go directly into the Colosseum through the entrances. So I think that'll be really cool. The next thing that I need to do is I need to get this in place, the bleachers or the stands or whatever you want to call them. So what we're going to do is... Ooh, this could be kind of tricky to place. There we go. We're basically going to wrap stairs all the way around, because stuff can't spawn on stairs, so if we have this entire thing up here as stairs, nothing will be able to spawn, which will be great. And it'll give us kind of this cool effect as well. It'll look good. But it is going to take... Actually, can I just do this from down here? This might be easier. Yeah, that's way easier. Infinitely faster. Okay, anyway, let me go ahead and finish getting these stairs in place, guys, and then I'll come right back to you. All right, guys, I am back. Wanted to give you a little bit of a progress update. I got most of the stairs in place, not quite all of them, but a pretty significant chunk. Also, I forgot to mention, in the last progress update, I also filled in the center of the arena with sand. That was something that I had already done. I just forgot to mention it and say that I'd done it. So this is what it's looking like, and I think it's coming along. It's looking pretty good so far. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to get this little bit kind of sorted out. So I think what we need is we need to make sure that you can get up and down right here. If we put 3 in the middle, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna put slabs right there. And then same, I fell. That's okay. And now I fell into the arena. Wow, I am failing so hard at this. That's all right. Let's try this again. Okay, so right here. And sorry it's a little bit framey. It's framey for me, and it's gotta be the mob farm doing its thing, but that's all right. So we'll get that done. Now, right here, this is all fine. I'm not concerned. I do want to have slabs here. Actually, you know what? I think I want to do stairs right here. Right where this meets up. Oh, nope. Come on. Bottom half of the block, please and thank you. There we go. And then I think I'll have that wrap around. I think. Yeah. Or do I want to bring... Because the other option... Oh, wait, no. Nope. You stay there. Because the other option would be to put slabs all along the edge like this, and then just bring this wall up one more, but I don't think that will create the same effect. So I think I do want stairs again. Another row, one more row of stairs right here. And then I may have to tweak this a little bit as well. Actually, no. I know what I can do. Okay, I have a plan. So, let me go ahead and get the rest of this in, and I'll show you what's up. All right, guys, I am back. So, here's the plan, right? I've got all the stairs in. I think it looks good. I'm going to go ahead and right here, we're going to put another row of nether brick slabs above or on the edge of the arena. Come on, frames, please. Pretty please. Man, this is just killing my frame rate. I'll be at like 400 FPS, and then suddenly I'll drop to 40. And then I'll spike back. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. It's bothering me, too. But anyway, and then what we'll do is right here in these little areas, we're going to go like this and work in a little bit of a design like that. And the idea is that these little chunks right here would be where the VIPs, the very important people sit, right? So we'd have maybe even we would do it over here too. So like right here, we would just have one. Oh, actually that needs to come up a little bit higher, doesn't it? Like right here, we have a little platform for the really important people. Because, you know, they're more important than everybody else. And then what we would do probably is turn these stairs right here. So they would go kind of off like that. There we go. No, not that way. This, I'm going to have to do it from up above. I can't see what I'm doing here. But I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean. Here, so see how that one kind of turns in? We would want that one to turn in as well. And then we do something like that. So right here, this would be a platform where someone very important would sit. And we do that on all sides. But then we can still kind of work a little bit of detail in by bringing this platform up just a little bit to kind of accommodate for it. Bring this outline. You can see how it kind of goes up like this, and I think that looks okay. I think that's acceptable. I don't know that I necessarily love it, but I do love the idea of having VIP platforms right here. And actually, we need to turn those guys as well. There we go. So we do something like that right here. We turn it around. Do the same over right there. And there. And there. There we go. So do we have all of our VIP platforms in place? I think we do. So we got our stairs in place. We got our kind of roof area up in here, which, let's be honest, this looks really bad. But that's okay. We'll fix it up. So what I'm thinking is right here at this level, we'll put in some slabs all around this edge. And then we're going to gradually kind of lower into the seating up above. And I think once it's all done, it'll look all right. So we do... Oh. That. Am I out of slabs? Nope, not quite. Good, good, good. Okay, so we do that. And then right here, we'll do another layer of slabs, right? So it kind of comes down a little bit. And maybe we kind of do something like that to sort of make this look a little bit better, right? Just so it doesn't look quite so... yeah, that's not bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad either. I can live with this. Okay, let me get this done. All right, guys, so this is all in place. Everything is good. We've got our stairs underneath. I don't know what I'm going to do in here for lighting. I also know that I want to change out some of the materials in here so that we've got more than just sand. I want to mix in some sandstone and then some sandstone stairs, which have the sandstone like side texture or whatever. So I want to do some of that, mix some other materials in there for sure. But this is coming along. This is coming along really nicely, and I'm really happy with it. I do want to grab... I always go out the wrong side, though. That's a little bit of a concern, but that's all right. I have a solution for that, which this should probably help us with that problem pretty significantly. So let's grab some granite right here. And what I'm thinking is this side and that side over there will be the public entrances, right? That's where the crowds enter. And then right about here, can I break that out? What about that one? Not that one. Okay. But I can break those out. And those are really the only ones that I have to break out. What I'm thinking is like right here, with probably a door, this would be like the gladiator staging area, for lack of a better term. But basically the area where the gladiators would enter the arena. And what we're going to do is we'll get rid of those as well. Yeah, because then this is all nice and covered up. So the crowds can come in through here, and we'll leave the doors because we do still want to be able to walk through, just for, functionality's sake. But we'll probably put like, I don't know, iron doors or something like that on there. Right here, though, these are the ones that need to come out. And then we can do the same thing right here as well, right? So it's basically a 1-block gap. Yeah. I'm liking this. Oh man, this build is really coming together so nicely. Let's get that in place there as well. That got added somehow. Okay, well, we'll take it away. I didn't add it over here, did I? No, okay. Yeah, so it's all good. So this is kind of our entrance for the gladiators. This is where they'll do their thing. And then what I'm thinking, now normally if I were to design this just as a Colosseum, and if it weren't a mob farm, down here is where I'd put the gladiator pits, underneath the arena. However, that's not really an option, because we have a big giant mob farm right there, and we can't move the mob farm. So I'm thinking what we'll do is like right about here, we'll have, let's see, these will have to go. Let's just put some stuff in like that. I'm thinking like right here, we'll have some stairs that lead down, right? Stairs, thank you. Maybe even we'll start them over here. Yeah, because that should... we're going to have to start them over here if we want the clearance to get underneath this. So we'll put some stairs like here-ish. And... ooh, if I dig that out, can I get through there? Like, is that possible? Do I have enough headspace? I do, but barely. But we'll have a pit that comes down here on either side, and of course it's pouring rain because, I wasn't having frame rate problems already. But we'll have a pit that comes down right here, And then I don't know if that pit's gonna, I'm almost tempted to make it wrap like all the way around underneath the arena. I think that could be kind of cool. But ultimately, or maybe I'll just have it wrap one way. Maybe it will only wrap around this way, because the idea then is that gladiator pit is how we'll access our drops from the mob farm, right? Because the item elevator that's right here will sort its stuff into chests. I'll put chests down there, and we'll be able to collect all of our drops from the mob farm down there. I think that'll be really cool. But there's going to be some digging to do. Definitely some digging to do in order to get that up and running. But that's okay, guys. I think we're going to have to save it for the next episode. We made a lot of progress today. And also, I have to say, from a distance, this thing looks incredible. Check this out. Let's go ahead. Let's just tear out get rid of this stuff so it's not blocking our view. Why am I trying to axe an ender chest? I'm pretty sure that's not the proper block. But let's just kind of get rid of some of this stuff. And look at this from a distance. Because it's amazing. It's like the coolest thing ever. Like, you come out of the house, right? You come around, you turn the corner, and there on the far hillside, you can see the Colosseum. And I think from a distance, like, whoo, man, that looks good. That looks so good. I love it. I absolutely love it. And once we integrate the mob farm and the collection system and all that kind of good stuff into there, I think it's going to be one of the coolest builds in this entire Kingdoms world. Like, I really love this thing. And it's not super detailed yet. We still have to go in and add some detail. We still got to do the underneath bits. I want to vary the textures here like we have with the houses. To add that in, we got to connect it up to the roads and all that kind of stuff. But all in all, this is such a cool build. Like, especially from a distance. And I don't think there's currently anywhere that mobs can spawn in here. Obviously, we need to figure out some lighting for inside the arena. Speaking of which, if you have suggestions, let me know. The problem with this is that directly underneath it is the mob farm. So traditional ways of hiding lighting, like for example, glass with glowstone underneath or something like that, that's not going to work here, which makes this a little bit challenging. So I need to figure out how we're going to make sure that the arena is lit up, because obviously if we have a mob farm, we need to take extra care to make sure there are no spawnable areas in and around the mob farm. That would be really bad, and would really kind of defeat the purpose of the mob farm. But anyway, guys, I am very much out of time for this episode. So my friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it. It really helps out my channel. Let me know what you're thinking of this kingdom, and especially of the Colosseum. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Colosseum. I'm loving this build so far. I think it's really coming together nicely. It looks great. But anyway, as for me, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Links in the description down below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.